What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the MF Automotive YouTube channel. And 25 years ago, the idea of a performance SUV would have been absolutely absurd. But today, with the crossover being the choice of car for so many, it's no surprise that manufacturers are churning out SUVs of all sizes, varieties, from coupes to compacts to subcompacts to full size. It really does seem like a sequel to the sedan era. Another recent trend that has gained notoriety over the past few years, undeniably due to the future demise of the sedan, is to pack these otherwise sensible people carriers with colossal engines, resulting in power figures rivaling those of your average supercar. The Germans, I believe, were the first to adopt this practice, cars like the Mercedes ML55 and Porsche Cayenne Turbo, followed closely by their American counterparts who answered with the Jeep SRT and Chevrolet SS. Well, now Cadillac seems to be joining the party, albeit a little late, with this, the Escalade V, a first of its kind. Cadillac seems to be on a recent roll with their performance cars, first bringing forth the Blackwing Twins, now the Escalade 2. A last hurrah, I suppose, for the internal combustion engine, which is fine with me. Historically speaking, the name Escalade is synonymous with oversized wheels, dub stickers plastered on all the windows, and more chrome than you could ever ask for. But the new V here aims to please a different genre, a genre that craves performance over everything. And considering the fact that the Escalade sort of occupies a segment of its own, rivaling only the likes of the Lincoln Navigator and cheaper Ford Expedition, and taking into account that those models don't really offer a performance alternative, the Escalade V here is slated to do quite well. That is, if you can look past the hefty price tag. But we'll talk about that in just a bit. First, let's take a look at the exterior, which to the untrained eye looks pretty similar to the standard Escalade. There are a few design touches through which you can differentiate the two. For one, front has been restyled, with the vertical LED lights now being less pronounced, and the lower front fascia seems wider, presumably to allow for more airflow to make its way into the engine bay. Moving to the side profile reveals these multi-spoke wheels exclusive to the V, which measure 22 inches in diameter and would be considered large if they were on anything else besides an Escalade, but here they are nothing but the norm. Subsequently, the larger wheels allow larger brake to be mounted behind, and then again, a brake upgrade was anything but given to stop the 6,200-pound Goliath. 16-inch rotors can be found up front with smaller 13 inches in the back. Holding the pads to the rotors are Brembo 6-piston calipers in the front only and single piston in the back. Around back, we find a similar situation to the front. The only real differentiator here are the quad exhaust tips and the V badges stuck on the outside. On the inside, we find a similar treatment to the exterior. No carbon fiber bucket seats or roll cages here. Just some V badges placed on prominent panels around the interior to let you know that you are sat inside something special. And standard features include semi-anline leather on all seating surfaces, massaging, heated, and ventilated seats in the front. Also, if I were to mention a small gripe of mine is that the massage seats are only reserved for the front, which seems a little strange because, well, it's quite common to see competitors in this price range and a lot less offer that. What would have been awesome would be to see massage make its way onto the second row at the very least. Up front, you get the marvelous OLED displays and most of the options available on the standard offering. You may also note this special button marked V, which I assume is similar to like what you find on SRT vehicles, like SRT pages, which shows you all the performance gauges and stuff. It allows you to customize drive modes and whatnot. Other than that, the interior remains to be a glorious place to spend behind the wheel. And now we get to the nitty-gritty, the performance details. So first and foremost, what's under the hood? Well, how does a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 sound, which produces a monstrous 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet of torque? To put that into context, a quote-unquote regular Escalade puts down 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and that SUV is by no means slow. So this is definitely going to be on another level. The engine is a rendition of the one found in the CT5V Blackwing, albeit with a bit more power, and which Cadillac rates at hitting 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 4.4 seconds and a quarter mile feet of 12.74 seconds at 110 miles an hour or 170 kilometers an hour. Paired to that powertrain is a 10-speed automatic transmission with power being sent through a full-time active all-wheel drive system, and the Escalade V here is also capable of towing upwards of 7,000 pounds. As with any performance SUV, despite their massive weight penalty, a trick suspension setup is anything but a requirement, and the Escalade V here is fitted with just that. The Escalade features 4-wheel independent suspension and GM's infamous Magnetic Ride Control 4.0, or what's known in the industry as MagRide. Also, what makes an appearance is an air ride adaptive suspension with a stiffer setup in the rear. Through that V button I was talking about earlier, it allows you to customize things like the suspension, steering, brake pedal feel, engine sound, all-wheel drive, and engine performance, with Cadillac assigning unique names like Tour, Sport, Stealth, and Snow Ice to characterize between the electronically controlled system also features unique damper hardware tuning and software calibrations. The driving dynamics are also highly configurable, aggressiveness of each mode. The new launch control can also be activated through the same button. Pretty neat. And now we get to the most anticipated part, the price. Cadillac has stated a starting price of nearly $150,000 US, which if you think about it is nearly double what the non-V Escalade costs, which is just astronomical no matter how you look at it, and really opens the gate to some amazing cars and SUVs at that price point. There are SUVs that handle better, are faster, and arguably look better, but what you have to consider is this is sort of a vehicle that competes in a class of its own and offers this level of performance, looks, comfort, road presence, so for that it may be worth it for someone to fork over that much dough. But regardless, the Escalade V here is slated to go on sale late this summer, with 2 versions being available. The short and of course the long wheelbase. The longer car will demand a slight price hike, but nothing absurd or nothing close to that $150,000 price tag. But with that, guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will catch you in the next episode.